You know, in my previous camps dealing with the training, it was a lot more structured. Marty had a program for me. It was morning and afternoon and night, depending on which times. We did single practice, we did double practices. He brought in guys about 2 hours away that drove in to kick my butt. Like I said before, Nick Lentz, Jake Volkman, those are just a couple of the names that fight already that, they came in there and they were, it was honored to have those guys come and kick my butt. At the beginning, I started at the bottom of the totem pole. Later on, I started getting my stuff back together and started getting a little bit more focused towards my grappling. So I learned a lot, especially during this time. Hands are always necessary, man. And the big thing about wrestling was I had fast hands, with ankle picks and everything else. Boxing was just another way for me to use my long reach. I got a 76-inch reach and I got huge hands. I like to do magic, and with boxing you get to produce magic. In this sport, honestly, we're fortunate enough to be able to throw hands, knees, elbows, punches, kicks. No headbutts and everything, but you know what? You get to use everything that you can with boxing as far as the stances and the conditioning. I bring that all in with me, the head movement. Used to go on YouTube, watch Mike Tyson, Pernell Whitaker. Those guys are like masters of not getting hit and doing damage. Perfect. The one thing was I always told myself that I always wanted to be the best, and I'd have to prove myself in order to be the best. You can't just have a half-butt fight and try to expect to be the main event. Obviously they thought it was good enough to put me on top of that card as main event and not the co-main event. Clay Guida and Anthony Pettis, those guys deserve to be the main event, but I worked hard. So did Ramsey. We're gonna put on a good show for you guys back at home, so you guys can watch it back on Spike.